Welcome to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BID Podcast, where everybody eats. The BID Podcast is brought to you by the College of Southern Nevada's Small Business Entrepreneurship Development, powered by CSN Blackstone Launchpad. Are you ready to eat? Because this is where everybody eats. Welcome back to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BID Podcast, where everybody eats. Powered by Blackstone Launchpad at the College of Southern Nevada. We are your hosts, Sean Torrey and Mr. Cordon Allen. What's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Man, you know it's another beautiful Saturday.
Yeah.
And I am feeling good now.
Yeah?
I do feel good. I do feel
Look
good. Thank you, brother. I appreciate
you.
You
Got on your feet there.
Well, you know what I'm saying? These the black toe ones, the low ones, you know what I'm saying? They within the budget.
Yeah.
So, you know, they within the budget. I love, because I'm flat-footed, bro. So the ones have always been like a great shoe for me. And I do love our style. That I don't think we ever talked about on the show is that we're business casual. But one of the things you implemented as the rule is that we always got to come with the fly kicks. So
always got to wear the fly kicks.
You know, what you got on your feet? Now, listen, you got the,
come
come on.
Something. R.I.P. Virgil, you know.
R.I.P. to Virgil.
Off-White Chicago, Air Jordan 1s. Nothing crazy.
I see our guest has on some. She got some Jordan lows too.
Yeah, it's a Jordan 1.
It's a Jordan 1 occasion today.
We all on the same page. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. And so today, you know what? We do got a special guest in the building, and today's episode is called Dancing into an Empire. You know what I'm saying? I definitely subtle plug for shout out to Empire Dance. We're gonna talk about them, a special guest that really has been big on the dancing scene. I never told her that, but I know because I've been around dancing for a long time. I used to step, I used to dance back when I was in high school, compete, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But for a while, I kind of drifted because a lot of us got older. Dancing wasn't popping, but when my girls started dancing with this group, I was like, oh, they for real. They nice with it.
Right.
So this group, this in particular, Empire Dance, was established in 2018. By two special people. One of them sitting right here, and her brother named Kobe from Las Vegas, Nevada. They picked the passion of dance at young age and now all over the world, inspiring young dancers to be the best they can be. As a team, they inspire to strive to build an empire through love of dance. But, you know, she's being very, very humble with it when it comes to what she sent me. She's also an active Army. It's not an officer, but you're active in the Army. Active officer? No, but she's in the Army. Active in the Army. She's also a dance instructor at Bishop Gorman, which I know you love because this guy went to Gorman. And she's a business owner, has Step Up Las Vegas, and she's a personal trainer as well. She's going to be my new personal trainer.
And mine too.
She might be trying to get you. You trying to get up? Because listen, because she used to be over with my guys Nick Lewis over at another gym they were at previously. Mm-hmm. They were killing it, but now I think they all branched out to do their own thing. And so I'm happy to have here, you know, everyone, the impeccable, the driven, the passionate Miss Lena. How you doing, Lena? Let's give her a round of applause. Oh my gosh. What's up, Lena? How you doing?
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yeah, so I'm the director of Empire, Las Vegas. We started back in 2016, actually.
Okay.
But Empire was established 2018. Mm-hmm.
Like officially through the license?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, trust me, I've been there.
So I do that. I just joined the military recently, so it's been about a year. I'm in the Army Reserve. And yeah.
Man, come on now, a little bit about her. We're going to go ahead and go right into it, too, because speaking of that, that's part of your blueprint. We want to go a little deeper because you said Empire started in 2016, which is cool because, when it comes to that corporation stuff, I'm like, because, for King of Jewels, my nonprofit, we started it back in 2015, 2016, but we officially didn't have the license. We didn't do a license until 2019, but we were always doing programming and stuff, right? So, trust me, I get you.
You got to start somewhere.
Right? And with the blueprint, when we think of a blueprint, we always think of, just the blueprint, this is the layout, but we don't talk about those rough drafts that we went through to get to where we're at, right? And I know when I first met you years ago, I was like, okay, like they really nice with it. Like, okay, and y'all trying to figure out the spacing and stuff. So I know y'all story, but let the people know, because people don't think about dance as a lucrative business when we love it. We love music, we love art, we love dance. So tell us about you and Kobe's story. Shout out to Kobe.
Yes.
Your story when y'all started Empire back in 2016 and all the way lead to now. So what was that journey like?
Yeah, it's crazy because Empire started like as just family. So it was myself, my brother Kobe, Lizzie,
Yeah,
my little sister, and my brother Bruce as well. So it was just us at first, so the four of us who started it. And I started teaching at local recreation centers. That was the first step, and teaching at elementary schools, after school programs. And so once I got into that, I fell in love with it, especially the younger kids, just them learning and growing in dance. Just seeing that and being a part of that just made me happy. But it wasn't enough for me to just do that 1 hour a week,
Gotcha.
at different locations. And they would just cycle around, in and out of programs and stuff. And I
Gotcha.
wanted something more than that. I wanted to build like relationships that will last forever, and just have a team where we can grow throughout the years together, And just, it's crazy because when they were younger, not everybody can dance, at a high level at first. It takes a long time to get there. It takes a whole journey. It's a journey. And just seeing them when they were young dancing, and now how much they've grown, just my family alone as well, is just crazy. Like Kobe, he's now just aired on TV yesterday. So on America's,
who he air for?
He's on America's Got Talent. So he's at the show at the Luxor here, but sometimes they'll fly out the dancers to be on the actual show throughout the season, episodes that they have. But yeah, I'm super proud of him. But it's crazy because without teaching these kids and growing how we are, we wouldn't be where we're at now.
Dancing for, you said Americans Got Talent.
Yes.
Okay, I almost said America Idol. I did not want to make that mistake. America's Got Talent. So wow, salute to him. And how did he get? Well, for one, because y'all try out for all this, right? So what got y'all into going from the Rex into competitive? And just doing different competitions. How did it get there?
It's crazy because one day I just woke up and I told him, I said, you're super talented. I think that you should challenge yourself to start a competitive team. We're like, no, we just like perform for the community for fun, and we didn't want to lose the love of dance through being so competitive. But we kept both. So now we have our showcasing teams as well as our competitive teams.
Gotcha.
And dancers are able to do both if they want to. So the majority of them do both. And they get to have the fun side of it, do a lot of shows for the community, which that's where it all starts. And then also be on the competitive level to where they have to compete against top teams of the nations, which they just got done doing. So, yeah. And for him to get that show and book that gig, it's crazy because we were just performing for fun one day. Yeah. And someone saw him and spotted him on stage and literally asked him if he was interested. And so the very next day, he's on.
He's on the show?
Crazy.
That's crazy.
So you just never know who's, never know who's watching.
You never know. And I think that's one of those where, because of y'all work ethic, that combination of it's natural talent y'all have / that hard work, but y'all put a lot of work in. Yeah. So those things happen at the right time, at the right place. It's all timing, right? So when did you know that Empire was like, oh, this is really gonna be something that we can really take to the next level? Because y'all just did World of Dance too.
Yes. Come
on, man. And I've known World of Dance for years. That's a huge competition. Like, how was it like that? Because you being very humble over there, y'all. Because y'all do the local shows, y'all do some out of state stuff too, but y'all did World of Dance and Premiere. So how was it like that, getting ready for those things?
Yeah, it was a lot. Sometimes 17-hour rehearsals, like straight through, no breaks. I think it's the biggest props to the dancers because they're okay, like they go with it. If we're like a 17-hour rehearsal, they don't complain. Of course, there's like little times where like we want to break, or you can see they're getting tired, but it's all the hard work they put in at the end of the day is the outcome of their performance. And they work really hard. If they weren't as hungry as they are, though, it wouldn't be possible. So I think it's just them and us working together and being hungry every time that gets us that far. You know?
What would you say is the heart, the core of Empire? Like, what's, if you were to devalue like into words, what's the core value of Empire that signified, that put the stamp on, like, this is our blueprint? Anytime you see us, this is what we want people to see.
I think just the chemistry, like watching them on stage and just seeing how together, like all of the dancers are, is just, you can tell. You can tell, like, they didn't just get on stage the day before, you know, or practice like a couple times. Like, they've been, some of these dancers that are here now have been here for 7 years. So just building with us from the bottom all the way up, from not knowing how to dance at all to dancing a little bit to dancing more, and just falling in love with it and getting to this level. It just, like I said, it takes a lot of time. And if you put in that work, you know, it's worth it.
It's worth it. Man, thank you for that first. Thank you for one, sharing your story between you and Kobe and where y'all led to now, because we're going to get a little deeper when we go to the legend. But for this next segment, I'm going to pass it on to Cordon, because we're going to get on the business on the fly.
Yeah, so business on the fly. Basically, we're going to ask you some either or questions, and you pick one of the answers, or you can plead the fifth if you don't have an answer.
Okay.
But you, after each answer, just make sure you explain like why you chose what you chose. So the first question I have is, would you rather have super flexibility or unlimited stamina?
Definitely unlimited stamina.
Yeah?
Flexibility is key, but the stamina is where it's at. Like, sometimes we do 10-minute shows, like literally on stage for 10 minutes dancing.
Straight?
So straight. So it's like you have to definitely have that.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes time to build that, but I would definitely say stamina.
So here's my question for you then. Teaching youth or teaching adults?
Youth, of course. I teach all ages. I definitely love teaching all ages. But the youth is where it's at. My biggest thing is teaching the foundation of hip hop. And I feel like that's so important. I feel like as you get older, you can't just jump into something without going back to where the youth starts, to that foundation, to that big beginner level.
Right.
And like I said, all these dancers started somewhere, and they started when they were in the youth, you know. And so, yeah, youth.
Gotcha.
Okay. Got you.
Dancing or going to the gym?
I'll say both. No, dancing, of course, because it also is a workout without you even knowing.
Right.
But definitely working out as well, because that's mandatory, especially for professional dancers like Kobe himself. Being in the show, they have to work out. So, and it just helps you with your dancing. You know, the more fit you are, the more that you can last on stage.
Got you.
So here's my question then. CrossFit or weight training?
CrossFit.
Okay.
I definitely like high intensity, like just HIIT training. I feel like if you have a certain goal, like myself, to get fit, you know, right away. You know how you're like, I want to get there right away. That'll definitely do it for you.
Got you. Hip hop or ballet?
Hip hop.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The funny story is, a lot of our dancers actually train in ballet too.
Right.
So Kobe himself, he would never tell you guys that, but
ooh, drop alert. No, playing.
but he did that. He trained in that in high school, throughout high school, and you need all styles in order to be an all-around dancer.
Right.
To book certain gigs. When you go to an audition, you know, they don't just ask for hip hop. Even though it's a hip hop audition, they still have you, you know, do a little bit of jazz, a little bit of ballet. So you have to at least
makes sense, though.
have enough to pass. If that
He
makes
has
sense.
enough to pass. Not actually looking at now, understanding Kobe, because I was like, Kobe, like watching him, I'm like, okay,
How?
I can see it. Now, because there's certain things he does, I'm like, oh, he's dope with it, for real. But then I'm like, oh, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see that. That's dope.
Yes. A lot of training.
So then, this is going to be interesting. Premiere or World of Dance?
Premiere.
Premiere?
Yes.
Woo. Okay.
I feel like we just experienced the World of Dance outlet, and it was crazy because it was nationwide. So you see all different types of styles. Like one group will be ballet only.
Okay.
Hip hop, dance, contemporary, there was actually a whole step team. So
Oh, there was a step team.
yes, and
That's
they just
funny.
fully just did steps. So World of Dance isn't just hip hop.
Of course,
It was our first show where everybody had something different, and we had to just stand out in our hip hop side of it.
Yeah.
But you know, you got to go against everybody and their craft.
Gotcha.
But
So because you won and I think I'll ask this at the next time, so I'll wait for that.
Okay.
You got it, bro.
Right.
I'm gonna say that one.
It's you got served or stomp the yard?
you got served all the way.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I love Stomp the
Yeah.
Yard too. But you got served.
See, you was looking at Omarion or J Bug. No,
Listen. No, but it's crazy because one day I do want to have Empire actually like redo it, you know?
that
Do
would
like
be
a
dope.
remake.
That would be
That would
hard.
be crazy, huh?
Yeah.
That would be fire.
No, because we
that would
need
be
to
dope.
bring
Okay.
it back. Like a lot of these dancers, they'll watch it. They'll be like, okay, you know, it's not the same as if we
When
were
we
to watch
first
you
young-
guys
when we
serve.
were
You
younger,
know,
yeah,
like when
yeah,
we
yeah.
watch it and then the kids watch it, they're like, what is that?
Right.
You know, like I don't know how to
because
explain
things
it.
have advanced since then. Like
Yes.
back then, I remember Stomp the Yard. Like no, you got served was like yo, but those we played it out so much. That's part of it too.
Yeah.
Like
We definitely did.
so. Okay, no, thank you so much for that segment. We're gonna move on to the legend. So in this section, it's like I was saying off camera, but now bring it back on camera. The legend is where you look on a map or you look on a blueprint. There's this box that has a description to what these markers mean, these tools mean, and it gives you details. So when you're looking on the map and guiding, that's like, okay, this is what this point means. Okay, now I know what I'm doing, right? So when it comes to Empire, and I think this is where I was thinking about Premiere and World Dance, because I seen y'all do Premiere a few times, but World Dance was your first one. So y'all did y'all did this one, y'all did it in Vegas, and then y'all went to LA or y'all went somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that was to get you to the national one, or what was that going towards?
Yeah, that was actually
So
like
that
nationals.
that was for nationals.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yes.
how'd that go? Well, how did it go?
That we actually, so you have to get past each day. So the first day we got a top 7, you know, we're
Okay.
excited. And we, you know, we went against about maybe like 37 teams.
So y'all had to do different performances essentially. Or the
You
same?
didn't have to,
Oh, okay.
but we kept the same. And we
Okay.
just obviously stayed up afterwards and, you know, changed it a little bit to try
Uh-huh.
to make it as better as we could
Okay.
within that night. But then the second day, we ended up getting 16 out of 40.
Okay.
So like I said, the next day was harder because more teams came. So
Right.
Japan,
Oh,
Tokyo,
damn.
you know, from all over the world. So it was
Okay.
like the first one was everyone here, you know, that placed and just went together. And then the next day was bigger. So you had more competition
Oh, Lord.
and new competition.
Sheesh.
So it was our first time, like I said, ever doing World of Dance. Some of them have been doing this for years, you know,
Right.
winning
Yeah.
all over the world. So it's our first one, and we learned a lot
Mhm.
and got to experience that. But we do have, like, I can tell you a secret that we've been holding.
Oh, what's up? We dropping it. What's
So
up?
we are taking Empire on America's Got Talent, the actual TV
Hey!
Yes.
News alert! News
Yes.
alert! Come on!
show. So they saw us at World of Dance and actually emailed us and reached out to us.
Hey,
And
that's
said,
dope.
you know, we saw your set. We would like you to audition for America's Got Talent.
Okay.
So me and Kobe, you know, we got on the Zoom call meeting, and you know, before we take them all to California.
Yeah.
And so once we booked it officially, we were able to announce it.
Okay. So
Yeah, we just found out.
congratulations.
Thank
Wow,
you.
that's dope. Yeah,
Thank
that's super
you.
cool.
That's
Man.
gonna be a whole nother level.
That
TV
is a whole nother level.
definitely
Y'all about
a
to be
whole
on
nother level.
national TV.
Yes.
That's okay. Yeah, y'all about to. That's gonna take y'all to a whole new level. Okay.
Facts. Everybody gonna know who Empire is after
Yeah.
that.
For sure. For sure.
And you know, the actual TV show, the first place winners win $1 million. So it's like, it's definitely
Yeah.
next level.
Okay. Y'all got
You know.
that. Go ahead, get that in the bag. Come up with a couple different routines,
Right.
and let's get it.
Right.
But actually, and I'm sure if you had a question, but I actually now because these competitions now, and I'm gonna relate this back to students, right? Because there's some students here at CSN in UNLV, you know, because some of them dance for Empire. We don't talk about the business side of the dance industry. Can you, like, if I'm a student who loves to dance, right, but I'm studying something else, I don't see dancing as a lucrative, like, I don't see it as something I can really do as a career.
Mhm.
What would you say to those students or those youth who do it? Like, because you have a couple students who dance for you. what would you say to those students about like, hey, listen, this is something you can go into and do your other thing as well? What would you say to them?
Yes, I would definitely say first know what you want to do in life, or like whether it's a career or something else on the side. I actually started at CSM myself.
Come on, man. We got an alum in the building.
Yes.
Come on.
But I went straight out of high school to CSN because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I knew I loved to dance, but I was like, I do want to go to school, I just didn't know exactly what I wanted yet. But now I'm actually back in college now, and I'm currently going for business and entrepreneurship. So it's helping me a lot.
And where are you at, by the way?
I'm at American Military University.
Okay, dope.
So I'm with them now. And as I'm growing my business, I'm actually learning at the same time through college. And I feel like college is very important. It can actually help you in your dance career when you don't really know if it's going to be professionally or what you want to do exactly. Like myself, I do want to open up our own studio and just grow with the business side of it. And so in order to do that, you do have to, I would suggest, go to college and learn. So if you feel like you don't know, it's like, it's there, study and learn. But I encourage a lot of dancers to go to college. A lot of my dancers are actually leaving to college now.
Yeah.
And so I would just say build in that.
Okay.
Build in your education and figure out what you want to do professionally or not. You can go to college and still dance on stage professionally, whether it's online classes or, whether it's on your off days.
Okay.
I would just say do both.
Do both. Okay. Okay.
Got you. For students or young people who like to dance and are passionate about dancing but don't quite know how to get exposure or like how to get people to see them, do you have any advice or tips for people like that?
It's crazy because social media is really big nowadays, like very big. And just a simple video can get you noticed for one. That's very easy. So it's like if you love to dance and you're already doing it, why not share that with the world? And I think that social media can be a distraction if you make it that way. But if you're doing it through purpose and for a reason, making an impact on others, it's like share that.
Right.
I think that's my biggest thing is like, why do you post so much or why do you do so much social media? It's because if I am doing something and I feel like I can inspire others, why not?
Right.
Why not share that? Why keep that to yourself? So I'd say if you have a passion for dance or something that you can share with others, do that.
Okay. Now, have you, because you, God willing, because I actually did know that I found that out too, that you went to CSN.
Yes.
Because I did some research. But after CSN, coming over to Empire, doing all the things that you've done, what are the lessons you've learned jumping into the field, trying to get a studio, right? What are the lessons you learned there that you can share on to some of our youth who potentially may not want a dance studio, but they want to have a building? What are some of the importance that you can let them know, like, hey, listen, these are the things you should have before you think about trying to go and have a building for any type of business they may have, right? What would you suggest to them?
I feel like building the foundation first, having something already.
Okay.
Like, for example, I want to open up my studio, but it's not that I'm opening up and I don't have any dancers or any following yet. Right. So I just took time to take the time over 7 years to actually build it, whether it was slowly. It could, first start off with 4 dancers, like my family first, and then grow to, 100 plus dancers. We have 4 different teams. I would just say start slow, start something.
Because that can essentially help build out, like, then when you're at a building, easy work.
Yes. You already have your following, and then you open up your business, So just making a name for yourself, and then the people with you, bring them up with you. Your dancers, like, they're not just there, you know? So it's like they're there for a reason, and they make this all happen too. So just building them with you and taking them with you. And that's what is going to allow them to follow you over the years. It's like you're growing together, not just alone.
Let's just alone.
You know.
Got you. Well, ma'am, it has been a pleasure having you on our show.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. We didn't kill you. See, you survived.
Yeah, you were nervous.
You was all
made
nervous.
You made it.
But you made it. And we're going to actually go towards the last segment, which is the happy hour. And in this segment, we take a toast to success between the host and the guest, right? Where we tell us something that's good. So back then, when I was mentoring this guy, like this concept really came from, we called it good of the hood. Like, hey, what's something good going on in your life? Regardless of what's happening, what's one good thing? And I know you shared one. But yes, share us another. Share us another. What else is going good?
Well, we won first place in Las Vegas.
Yes.
So World of Dance Las Vegas.
Come
I
on.
think that's very big. And I would just say, just never giving up on your dreams, like no matter how hard it gets, you know, and if you have to take a step to do something else, like myself joining the military and everything. Just doing everything with purpose and never giving up.
Come on, man.
Nice.
Mr. Cordon the Don, what's good for you?
Just new opportunities, you know. I've been doing some custom work for people as far as designing and making T-shirts.
Yeah.
So it just feels good to be able to have people come to me and they want me to do their shirts. Like I take that very seriously. Like you could have gone anywhere to have your shirts done, but you came to me to get them done. So it always feels good when people want me to do their work. So just more orders coming in.
What's going on good for you?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
I got a couple. But one of the things that this is a long-term goal I wrote for myself when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost here, and it's kind of surreal. So I'm one step closer. I turn in my dissertation proposal soon.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, start the research, and then June/July of 2024, I'll be Dr. Tory.
Dr. Tory.
I'll be Dr. Tory, and it's kind of weird. It's surreal. It's surreal because back then when I was saying it, I was like, I'm the first in my family to ever get this far.
Right.
So to have that, like, it's not just a title for me because like many people don't know, my last name's a slave name, and I had the privilege to have a family member get me to go far back to when my great-great-grandfather wrote his census. So I seen when him and his two brothers, that census document. That's how far we go. And of course, I did further research. I know I'm Cameroonian, I'm Nigerian. I know that, but I don't know anything as far as the tribes, nothing.
Right.
So for me to create my own legacy for my kids, right, means the world. Because on my older two, on their mom's side, they're Ghanaian. They know where they can go. They can go back to Ghana right now, in Accra, and have a conversation. I can't do that.
Right.
So for me, it mattered to leave my footprint as far as my legacy for my girls to be like, yo, you do you. Don't follow daddy, do you. You know what I'm saying? But the expectation's high pimping. So that's the one good thing that I have a lot more, but it's surreal to me. It's like, damn, it's there. I'm about to be Dr. Tory, and I don't. Y'all ain't gotta call me that. Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all ain't gotta call me that. But these other folks, yeah. Excuse me, it's Dr. Tory.
Hello.
It's Dr.
It's Dr.
Tory.
But toast to you all. Toast.
Cheers.
To success.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Miss Lena, tell the public how they can find you.
At Empire Dance LV.
Empire Dance. You got a bunch of other stuff. You better drop all the social handles, man.
Yes, everything's the same. You can go to Instagram at Empire Dance LV,
Yep.
YouTube as well, Empire Dance LV, Facebook. We're everywhere.
And Step Up LV too, right?
Yes.
You said
Step
that
Up
one?
LV.
Okay, see, I'm plugging you all up. We get all the social handles.
All
Yes.
of them.
Pay attention to all of them. So thank you so much, Lena, for coming on to the show. We do
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for having
And
me.
we were your first podcast too?
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah. Clap
Get
it up
the
for
jitters.
that. Yeah.
First podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's the best one.
Of course.
Okay, see, it's the first. You gonna always remember us now.
Forever.
So, yes, thank you so much for coming on to the show. This is the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats. I am your host, Sean Torrey, along with Mr. Cordon Allen, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Thank you.